What's up and welcome back. So after the setup of the Granolah arc in chapter 68, we move on to chapter 69 and kind of try to determine the exact trajectory that this arc is going to head in. Now, as I said in my review for chapter 68, we pretty much have 4 different plot lines that were set up. We have the Heaters and their kind of war of intel, basically. We have Granolah and his quest for revenge. We have Goku training for Ultra Instinct, higher levels of Ultra Instinct, and then we have whatever Vegeta's going to learn from Beerus. So, although it is hard to predict the exact trajectory long term, we can sort of get a good feel for what's going to happen in like the next chapter, or more short term, I should say. So I think this next chapter is going to be more focused on the Heaters and their quest to get Zuno and try to get his intel, and also a little bit more for Granolah, because if we remember, Granolah realized that he's not ready to face Freeza. He's not strong enough, he needs to get stronger, and so he's probably going to head off somewhere to find somebody that could possibly help him achieve those levels of power, you know? In terms of Goku and Vegeta's involvement, I think that they're going to take a bit of a back seat here. I think they're still going to show a little bit more of their training, but more as a kind of background element. And I think it is highly possible that we will be introduced to yet another plot line that might come into effect a little bit, longer term, I should say. But one thing's for sure is that Freeza is most definitely going to play a part in this arc, and I think that this is the chapter to bring him in at, and I think that would be the most natural thing to do. In fact, I might go as far as to say that the bulk of the chapter might revolve around Freeza, maybe his frustrations about trying to rebuild his empire, and like the other people that might have cropped up in his absence, such as the Heaters and possibly other groups too. See, the Heaters they value intel above power, so Frieza rules with an iron fist and power, whereas the Heaters plan to subvert that and take, basically sweep Frieza's legs from under him and take the universe that way. So I think a large part of this is going to be the Heaters and whatever intel they might want from Zuno, and also Frieza. It's hard to predict what exactly Frieza is going to do. That is, if he is in fact a large part of chapter 69. So the Heaters are going to play a big part, and Frieza is going to be a large focus in chapter 69. Goku's training with Whis, I think they're probably going to have a little bit more dialogue pointing toward how Goku can get into deeper levels of Ultra Instinct. And for the love of God, I hope to freaking God that it's not going to be like an Ultra Instinct 2 and then Ultra Instinct 3 and 4 and 17 and 98 freaking bullcrap like that. I hope it's just Ultra Instinct and just stays Ultra Instinct and he just gets better at it. You know what I'm saying? Which, honestly, I know people have a gripe with that, but it makes sense to me because he just got to a point where he can actually do it at will. So it makes sense that he can get deeper and deeper into Ultra Instinct. They even hinted at it in the Moro arc while he was fighting Moro. I think it was Whis that said, hey, he's getting more and more deeper into Ultra Instinct and his movements are becoming more and more fine-tuned. So that's interesting, and I'm interested to see how that's going to be portrayed. Because I think the manga did a really good job of portraying Ultra Instinct in fact that it is more based on movements and instinct than overall just fighting prowess and power, you know what I'm saying? So moving on to Vegeta and what he's going to learn from Beerus, I think since that hadn't really started yet, I think we might get a little bit of a hint, but I don't think that they're really going to delve deep into it yet. They might hint at what it is and maybe even show it a little bit, but I don't think it's going to become a major plot element until maybe chapter 70 or 71, and then we can delve deeper into that, because we have a lot of focus here. We have to focus on the heaters, we have to focus on Freeza and set up his involvement in all of this, and what kind of role he's going to play in all of it. Like, is he going to be a protagonist in this? Like, yes, he is a villain, but, you know, Granolah wanting revenge against him and the Saiyans being Vegeta and Goku being like the main characters, they are the protagonists. Granolah is the antagonist. Frieza is the villain, possibly protagonist, or possibly second antagonist. You know, who knows? But I definitely think that Frieza's gonna end up teaming up with Goku and Vegeta again. I don't know why they would need that much firepower against Granolah when Granolah can't even face Frieza at this point. So that brings into the question of if Broly is going to play a role in this arc. Well, I definitely think it's a possibility. They might want to save Broly for like the next Dragon Ball Super movie, and who knows, maybe this arc will lead into the next movie, which would be rather interesting. And who knows, they might even want to end the arc with a movie, the next Broly movie, because obviously thematically Broly being involved in this would really make a lot of sense, you know, of course, because Granolah probably just wants all the Saiyans dead. Which actually brings the question in my head, is he gonna want Trunks and Goten and Gohan dead also? And then there's the question of where he's gonna get the information to be able to, like, where's the connection between Granolah and Goku and Vegeta and Frieza gonna come from? And I think the answer to that is probably the heaters. He's probably going to run into the heaters again at some point, get the information about Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and Broly from them, and then get all riled up about wanting revenge. So, at least in Chapter 69, I think it's going to be focused on the heaters and Frieza for the most part, with some Goku, Vegeta, and maybe some other stuff, and Granolah, and how him setting up a plan to get stronger, I guess. So, what do you guys think? Drop your thought waves down in the comments below. Thanks a lot for watching, and take it easy.